So as you guys know, I've been on a fitness journey the last several months, and as an avid CrossFitter, I'm constantly looking for different proteins to try. And I don't know about you, but I hate protein powders that have that bland, chalky taste. And that's why I'm taking the time out through today's podcast to introduce to you Clear Whey Protein Powder, a refreshing high-protein drink that transforms your post-workout routine. Crafted with pure whey protein isolate, this innovative formula offers a light and flavorful alternative to traditional protein shakes. With zero lactose and zero sugar, it caters to those seeking a clean, transparent approach to fitness nutrition without compromising on taste or quality. My personal favorite flavor is strawberry watermelon. It has that crisp, summertime flavor, perfect for your taste buds. But you can also try wild blue raspberry. Both are incredibly delicious. And with 20 grams of protein per serving, it's fulfilling my CrossFit needs. That's why Clear Whey Protein stands out with its crystal clear appearance and refreshing flavors, making it the perfect companion for your active lifestyle. Whether you're hitting the gym or need a protein boost during the day, this drink seamlessly integrates into your routine. And it's super easy to make. All you gotta do is just add water, mix it up a little bit, and boom, you got yourself a delicious protein drink, and say goodbye to all the bloating from all the other protein products out there. And best yet, I'm offering 20% off to listeners of today's podcast when you go to clearprotein.com. That's K-L-E-A-R protein.com. When you go to checkout, all you have to do is put in our discount code. That is LACEEMUP. That's L-A-C-E-E-M-U-P. That's code LACEEMUP when you go to checkout, and you'll get 20% off Clear Protein products. Elevate your daily protein intake with confidence and clarity. Choose Clear Whey Protein Powder and experience the difference today.
Will somebody tell me if we're supposed to start the program?
Freeman hits the ball to right field.
Into right field. She is gone!
Oh, what a pass! Doncic, perfection there on the assist. A little magic from Doncic.
Stafford takes the shoulders, takes a shot downfield. It is caught by Nakua. He picked him on his shoulder and made the catch.
One of a kind player. One of a kind season. Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
Diving in on the count. LeBron James at the buzzer.
This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed, the lights out. Butter's getting hard, the eggs are cooling, and the jello is jiggling.
Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to the LA Sports Roundup Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Andrade, sitting here recording live Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, an amazing start to your day, or however you're listening to this, wherever you're listening to this. I hope you guys are all well and doing just wonderful in life. Just trying to keep the positivity up, because that's what life is about, right? Keeping the positivity up, and lots of positive things going on in the world of LA sports. That's why we're here. This is the LA Sports Roundup Podcast. Like I said, lots of things to talk about going on. We have Rams football going on. We have Lakers baseball. Imagine that, Lakers baseball, Lakers basketball going on, and much more in the city of LA. But before we get started in today's podcast, I want to thank everyone that has been joining us on our live streams on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. We've been doing a lot more live streams lately, and last night's live stream with the Lakers and the Jazz got over 4,603 likes. That's amazing, guys. I want to thank you guys for showing up and supporting the podcast in every which way possible, by listening to the podcast, by tuning into the lives, tuning into everything that we have going on. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. But with that said, though, I showed the game last night on TikTok. I kept switching back and forth. I want to say, guys, even though I know people are looking for the game, that gave me a copyright strike on my TikTok, and I've been banned for 1 week. And so going forward, we're no longer going to be showing the game. I should have known that going forward. I shouldn't have done that to begin with, but I did it, and it cost. And so we're not going to be able to go live on TikTok for about a week, and that's okay. You know, you live, you learn. But we're not going to be showing any more games. We're still going to be going live after the ban is up, but we're going to have to figure out another way, possibly trying to figure out a scoreboard situation for us to do live commentary on the games. That's going to be for myself and my partner John. We're all going to figure that out to have for you guys. So just hang tight. I appreciate your support, but just no longer going forward, we're not going to show any more games live going on. But with that said, I want to start today's podcast by going over a little Lakers basketball. We're 15 games into the 2025-26 regular season. 15 games already. I don't know the math on that, how much of a percentage already is in the regular season that we've done, but that's a small little chunk. And small little chunk, I want to give some early grades going on with the full team. That's everyone that's on the roster right now. I'm going to give some early grades, 15 games into the season, and kind of go by each player's stat line. So I'm on here, Lakers.com, looking at the full roster page of players. We're going to start first with Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura has played in 14 games, all right, averaging about 33.9 minutes per game. Let's see here. Points per game, we're at 15.1. His field goal percentage is 56.6 per game. We'll go down the list of three-pointers made per game is 1.9. Three-point percentage is 48.1. Let's go down the list even more here. Offensive rebounds, he is averaging 0.8. Defensive rebounds, averaging 3 per game. Let's see here. 1.2 assists per game. Only averaging 1.1 turnovers. 0.6 steals. 0.2 blocks. 1.9 personal fouls. And his plus minus is 1.4. So, Rui Hachimura. He's pretty good this season, I would say. Overall, this has been a really good season for Rui Hachimura, considering that he's probably on a game-to-game basis the number 3, number 4 option on this team behind Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, LeBron James. And so for him, I think it's very important that he stays consistent on a game-to-game basis, because we've seen it in the past where Rui Hachimura has these big games and has these big moments, but then will fall off for a couple games, maybe a couple weeks. And it's been very frustrating for Laker fans to watch, because we know the impact that he can have on a game. If Rui Hachimura is going in a game where he's hitting his corner threes, he's wide open, if he's hitting his shots, he's playing really good defense on these other wings, then that opens up everything else for the other guys. Confidence is going to be boosting. The Lakers are so much of a confidence team that when guys like Rui Hachimura are hitting their shots, it's going to open up things for other guys, and the vibes are going to be going very, very well. So I would say Rui Hachimura, I would give him probably a B- to start the game. He's only missed, to start the season. He's only missed 1 game so far. He's played in 14, and his numbers are pretty dang good. And the only reason why I give him a B- is because of my expectations from him. I expect him to be very consistent with his numbers because he has the capabilities of it. It's proven that he has the capabilities to go out and have big numbers, and just for whatever reason he falls flat of it sometimes. So B-, maybe B, that's the grade I'm going to give Rui Hachimura. All right, moving on here to Nick Smith Jr. This guy has played in 6 games, averaging 15 minutes per game. He's averaging 7 points per game. I know this year he's had, in the games he's been in, it's only been 6, but a couple of those games he's done pretty well. Let's see here, going down the list, 3-pointers made per game is 1.3. 3-points attempt is 3. He's shooting at a 44% from 3-point line, which is not terrible. It's pretty good. Going down the list here, offensive rebounds 0, defensive rebounds 1. Let's see here, 2.2 assists, turnovers 1.7, 0.5 steals, 0.2 blocks, personal fouls 0.7, and his plus minus is 2.7. Again, for a guy that's pretty much was signed to the team during the preseason and training camp, I think he's done pretty well for himself. And for that, I think I give him a grade of C+. All right, Maxi Kleber. Kleber's he was coming off injury last season. He didn't play at all really for the Lakers, except for the final playoff game against Minnesota. So you couldn't really judge him on what he was going to be able to bring to the Lakers. And this year so far, he's only played in 4 games, averaging 12.6. and only averaging 1.8 points per game. Look, I'm not going to go down the full stat line because basically he's only played in a handful of games so far. And so what he has played in, he's been, not terrible, which is, for some guys, that's all we can ask for. But for Maxi Kleber, as long as he can make his 3-point shots, let's look at that here. 3-point percentage for Maxi Kleber. He's shooting 66.7 from 3. So look, he's doing his job when he is having 3-point attempts, and that's all we can really ask of Maxi Kleber at this point, is to be a big that can spread the floor and give guys like Luka more space so he can operate. So with that, I give Maxi Kleber a grade of a D+. Look, as long as he's been able to do what we're asking for him, a D+, a C, that's pretty much what the grade is going to be. All right, going down the list here, Marcus Smart. He's played in 12 games. He's averaging 28.2 minutes per game and is averaging 9.8 points per game. Going down the stat line here, let's go to his defensive numbers. Let's see here. Marcus Smart, he's averaging 1.8 defensive rebounds per game and then averaging 2.4 total rebounds, 3.2 assists per game, 2.2 turnovers, and 2 steals a game. That's what I want to highlight here. Two steals a game. Honestly, those are Marcus Smart numbers. But him coming into the Lakers this year, again, a guy that has been injury plagued the last couple seasons. He was a defensive player of the year just a few years ago, but hasn't been that the last couple of years. Has pretty much seemingly fit into this group of guys that we have here on this team. He knows his role. He knows that he needs to be a spark plug on this team, and for the most part, he's getting the job done. There's been a couple plays, during some games where it kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit. I think one particular one where he was throwing the ball inbounds and he probably took a couple steps. That was a little discombobulating to watch, but altogether, Marcus Smart is doing his job, so I give Marcus a B-. All right. Now, the Don. Luka Doncic, the man here. All right. He's played in 11 games so far. He's averaging 36.8 minutes per game and is averaging 34.6 points per game. The man, okay? Luka Doncic, without LeBron James, has made an impact on this team and has solidified that he is the number one man on this team. The Lakers are Luka Doncic's team now, and he's been putting up MVP numbers. Let's go down the stat lines for Luka Doncic. 10.6 field goals made per game, 22.5 field goal attempts. His field goal percentage is 47.2. 3-pointers made is 3.5. 3-pointers attempt is 10.9. That's really high, but it's Luka. His 3-point percentage, 31.7. Let's see here. Free throws made is 9.9. I noticed last night in the game he missed a couple, but that's kind of been the plague for the Lakers all the season long, is not making free throws. All right, free throws attempts is 12.5. Free throw percentage, 79% from the stripe. All right, going down the list here, offensive rebounds, 0.8. Defensive rebounds, this is huge. This is huge, guys. 7.7 defensive rebounds a game. So not only is he having the load of scoring on his shoulders, but he's also getting rebounds where he needs to as well. That's a complete player. When you can do it on the offensive side, but also bring another intangible to the game, that's how you know you are a superstar. So he's averaging 7.7 points per game. Let's see here. Rebounds in total, 8.5. 9 assists per game, too. So again, he's scoring the basketball in just a crazy amount. MVP numbers. The numbers that, only a few select superstars have ever made. But he's also dishing the ball 9 times a game into assist, which is amazing. Again, MVP numbers. A little high in the turnovers, 4.1. 1.9 steals. And yeah, his plus minus is 5. So Luka Doncic has been the man on this team. No doubt about it. Luka Doncic is solidifying the fact that he is an MVP candidate, and he is healthy, he's in shape, and he's been putting it up for the Lakers so far. All right, next on the list is the King, LeBron James, a man that is playing in his 23rd NBA season, a record-breaking 23rd NBA season, but those only played in one game so far as we record this. That was last night's game. I mean, can we really give a grade? Oh, sorry. Before we get to LeBron James, I don't think I gave a grade to Luka. A++. A++ to Luka. All right, back to LeBron. Yeah, he's only played in one game so far. And so, can you really qualify giving him a early season grade so far? Maybe, maybe not. It's only been one game so far, but the game he has played in, 29.6 minutes per game. Well, basically, that's just what he has played in one game. So, last night was 11 points, 4 field goals made. Let's see here. His 3-point percentage from last night was 66.7. Going down the list, he had, let's see here. He had 3 rebounds, 12 assists from last night. An amazing 12 assists. So that just goes to show that even when LeBron James, he's coming back from an injury, coming back to get his legs underneath him, the man can still dish it out 12 times in a game. That just shows you the complete player LeBron James still is at this point in his career. And the numbers are only going to get better as he gets his legs from underneath him. So, can you really give him a grade? Maybe not. At this point, I'll give him a C because, I mean, look, those are not obviously MVP numbers, what Luka is doing, but LeBron James in total, I'll give you a C for your one game. And so, look, I expect that to improve as the more games he plays throughout the season. But in general, I think, it's good for at least for one showing. And hopefully the goal for LeBron James is just to stay healthy throughout the remainder of the season heading into the playoffs. All right, Jackson Hayes. He's played in 12 games. He's averaging 16.7 minutes per game and 5.3 points per game. I think Jackson, accepting his role coming off the bench, he was the starter last year going down the stretch to the regular season, was the starter in the playoffs, was benched in that Game 5, but has accepted his role as the backup center to DeAndre Ayton and has done pretty well, I would say. Has thrived in that role. He's put on some muscle. I think last year it kind of got to him a little personally, how much Rudy Gobert dominated that playoff series against the Lakers. And so he took it personally, just like Michael Jordan did. But Jackson Hayes, though, has taken this into stride and has done an amazing job this year. On the defensive side, let's see how many rebounds he's averaging. He's averaging 2.8 rebounds. 4.1 rebounds. Could be a little higher, I think, considering that he is a big out there. 1.1 assist. Let's see, 0.4 steals, 0.4 blocks per game. And so he's not terrible. He's not terrible out there. He's serving his role. And with that, I can give Jackson Hayes a C+. All right, we're going to move on to Jared Vanderbilt. Vando. He is not quite what he was in the 2023 season where he was a starter, but has done his job coming off the bench, and it's just this defensive role has been assigned to guys, to cover them, like a Steph Curry and like an Anthony Edwards, guys who we've played, a couple times this season, and I think he's done a pretty good job. He's just not getting the minutes that I think, I would like averaging 18.3. That's about on par for Jared Vanderbilt. When he is in the game, he is very foul heavy. It doesn't show the numbers here for how many fouls per game, but he is very heavy on the fouls, more than I would like to see, because he is very aggressive out there. And that's kind of the thing that you want him to be out there. You want Jared Vanderbilt to be aggressive, just not at a point where he's near fouling out. And last night he did get a DNP for the first time this season. With LeBron James coming back, we had a healthy full roster last night, so JJ Redick is probably trying to tinker with lineups, and some guys are just going to be on the outs of that. Unfortunately, that was Jared Vanderbilt last night. But altogether, I'll give Jared a C+ for continuing to fill his role, even though he's still on the verge of finding what his true role is on this team. All right, next on the list, we're going to go to Jake LaRavia. Jake LaRavia, in all 15 games, is averaging 28.5 minutes per game, 10.6 points per game, and I think he has done a stand-up job in fulfilling the role that he has been assigned to on this team, pretty much replacing Dorian Finney-Smith from last season, and I think he has done a bang-up job, and I think he's done way more in this season than what Dorian Finney-Smith provided for us last season. I think Jake LaRavia is an athletic guy. He's tall. He's very lengthy out there. He's a very good defender. You can see it, athletic. And last night he had a really nice throwdown in the game. And I think Jake, as a defender, as a wing, has been fulfilling all of what JJ Redick has been asking him to do out there, and it's shown. 10.6 points per game, that's nothing to sneeze at in the NBA, and especially a guy that's fulfilling a reserve role. Jake, I give you an A for coming out into this role. It's a new team for you. It's a new situation. Everything is new for him out here. Fans didn't even know who he was. Anthony Edwards didn't even know who he was. He was like, who is this guy? Number 12. That's Jake LaRavia. He's making his name out here in LA, and fans have been appreciating him, so that's why I'm giving him an A. All right, going down the list more is Gabe Vincent. Gabe, he's been out with a few games with an injury. He's only played in 4 games this season. He's missed 11 games so far, but in the 4 games, he's averaging 21.9, 4.3 points per game. We can go down the list, but you know what? The biggest theme for Gabe Vincent right now is being able to stay healthy. We know what Gabe Vincent can do when he's right. We've seen it in Miami when the Heat went to the finals in 2023. He was a spark plug on that team. He was a scoring juggernaut on that team. He came to the Lakers and for about a year and a half was injury plagued. Couldn't really get right. But in the year and a half since he's come and been healthy for the Lakers, especially down the stretch last season, he was really well for us. So we know the scoring ability that Gabe Vincent has. When Gabe is right, it's kind of falling in line with Rui Hachimura in a sense that when Gabe is right, all things are kind of just falling into place. But with Gabe this year, he's only played in 4 games. I can only really give him a D+ grade because, look, the key thing for this guy is to stay healthy and stay available. The more he can stay available, the better off things are going to be for the Lakers. And so only being available for 4 games so far, I'm going to give him a D+. All right, going down the list here is a guy I owe a major apology to. If I've been saying this for a long time now, the live streams and other podcasts, and I am writing up an apology letter because what I said the first game was a little blasphemy towards this man, and that is one DeAndre Ayton. So the first game of the season in the preseason, I was like, man, this guy is giving me Kwame Brown vibes, just off like the play he was giving and kind of like the body language he was giving. He's just very much DeAndre Ayton, and people were kind of speculating that coming into the season it was going to be like a Kobe and Kwame situation with Luka and DeAndre. But man, ever since that second game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, particularly in the second half, and he has been turning it up. Let's see here. In 14 games, he is averaging 30.3 minutes per game, 16.5 points per game. We can go down to his rebounds here, averaging 5.9 defensive rebounds and 8.8 rebounds in total. Going down the list here, turnovers is 2.6, 0.7 steals per game, 0.9 blocks per game. The guy has been playing incredibly well. He's a difference maker on this team. When he's up and at it and he's put back dunks and tip-ins and playing defense really well in the post and just being the big body that we need, a lob threat in the air for Luka to do magic with, per se. DeAndre Ayton is a guy that's going to be a difference maker out there, and he has proven to show he is a difference maker out there in the games that he has played. So for that, DeAndre Ayton, I give you a solid A. I wouldn't have thought that the first game of the season, but he's deserved it. He's really deserved it, and he's a big reason why the Lakers are at 11-4 this year to start the season in the first 15 games. It's been a big part of DeAndre Ayton's play. He's filled the role that we desperately needed last season once we got rid of Anthony Davis. And so DeAndre Ayton has been living up to his expectations that we've been putting on him. And so DeAndre Ayton, you've earned yourself an A, buddy. Somebody, we'll go down the list here, that has not been fulfilling expectations so far is Dalton Knecht. Last year when Dalton Knecht was originally traded from the Lakers to the Charlotte Hornets, it really dejected his momentum and his stock value really plummeted at that point. We've tried to rehab it at some points, last year and this year, but it hasn't really come to fruition in which we have really thought it would have. In 14 games this season, Dalton Knecht is averaging 17.8 minutes per game, so when guys are out. There was a game where we only had 7 active players. He's been getting the minutes, but only 7.1 points per game. We could go down the list. He's a minus 3.2 for his plus minus. And so when he's on the court, it's not that well for the Lakers. He's a guy that we had a lot of expectations putting on. He's a first-round pick, and he did so well in college. But I think just that trade in general really just ruined his momentum. And for somebody that could light it up, has the potential to light it up, just hasn't happened this season, and it hasn't happened really in a long time in a Laker uniform for Dalton. And so it's a long season still for Dalton to rectify and right the ship here, but they're gonna have to figure out something, because JJ is getting him the minutes out there. It's not happening. Maybe it's just a situation where he's gonna have to go to another team to find what works for Dalton, and hopefully maybe that could happen in a Lakers uniform, maybe not. But altogether, I'm gonna give Dalton Connect a D to start the season. It's a little steep of a grade, not that great at all. It's not good, and you can see why, but a D for Dalton Connect. All right. Christian Coloco, again, a guy that's only been played in 2 games, obviously he's not LeBron James, but a guy that we've only seen a very small sample size from. He's averaging 3.2 minutes per game and hasn't scored at all in this season. So question marks all around Christian Coloco. Is it fair to give him a grade? I don't think so. So we're just going to leave it at question marks for Christian Coloco. He's just going to be a guy that when guys are injured, let's say Jackson Hayes and DeAndre Ayton are hurt, they're going to throw him in there at the center position to fill minutes. And the only thing you can really expect for Christian Coloco is just to do well on the defensive side here. When he has been in the games, let's see, it's been all zeros. Yeah, all zeros on the front for Christian Coloco, except for 0.5 rebounds. So, Christian Coloco, I think, for when you do experience minutes, you're just going to have to go out there and prove yourself. So for right now, I can't give you a grade because I think anything else would be kind of unfair. All right, Bronny James. Bronny James in 10 games this season. He's an interesting one because I feel like with Bronny James, he's gone through so much flack his first year, whatever you can call this quarter of his NBA career. Gone through a lot of flack, and people think that he doesn't deserve to be out there. People think that he's not an NBA player, but he's a guy that has proven himself to improve every single step of the way. In this season alone, 10 games, he's averaging 11.1 minutes, 2.1 points per game. He's had some moments where you can kind of see, hey, look, this guy could be an NBA-worthy player. Now, look, he's nothing, there's nothing showing that he's going to be a star in this league. But if he can continue to the trajectory in which he's going, Bronny James can be a rotation player. I really do fully believe that, It's not because he's LeBron James's son. It's because he has the ability to be a rotation player. He's obviously worked tremendously hard at putting himself in position to do that. Granted, you can say whatever you want about him being on the team, but him being here in this time, he's taken the steps to prove himself to get playing time on the floor, and he's been not bad on the floor. And so with that, I can give Bronny James a C, a solid C for Bronny James. All right, last but not least, I'm going to give Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, an incredible season for Austin Reeves so far. In about 12 games, he's averaging 36.1 minutes per game, 28.1 points per game, field goals made 8.5, field goals attempted 17.3. His field goal percentage is 49%. We can go down the list. 3-point percentage is 32.6. Free throws percentage is 87.2. All around, dude, he is an all-star this year. He's having all-star numbers. He's putting it on the floor. And, I was speaking about the trajectory of Bronny James. Austin Reeves, since he has been a Laker, every single step of the way has improved year by year, game by game. And he's gotten himself to this point where he's proven to be an all-star. His plus-minus on this season is 6.7. And yeah, he's been incredible. no doubt the second best player on the Lakers so far without LeBron James. And I would say the biggest question mark for Austin Reeves going forward is, can he continue to be the second best player for the Lakers? Obviously, that role is going to go to Luka Doncic. But with LeBron James coming back, what role is Austin Reeves going to fill? Is he going to continue to strive and be that second best player and open things up for Luka Doncic and others? Or is he going to take a back seat to LeBron James? We're going to have to figure that out. Hopefully, LeBron James and company, we can all figure it out, and therefore Austin Reeves can thrive. And I would love, more than anything, to see Austin Reeves as an all-star. But that's going to be the biggest question mark going forward for Austin Reeves. Can he continue his trajectory this year to become an all-star, fulfilling his minutes, fulfilling the points that we need, and just being an overall absolute menace out there on the court? Okay, so those are my grades for everyone that's on the active roster for the Lakers. I could say pretty much everyone has done their role for this team. Everyone has done their job. The first 15 games of the season for the Lakers. The Lakers sit 4th in the Western Conference at 11-4. You know, we're right behind the Houston Rockets, Denver Nuggets, and Oklahoma City Thunder. And yeah, I think if you were to ask anybody, without LeBron James, 15 games into the season, I think people would have had the Lakers probably around a 7, 8, 9 mark around there, maybe 6 at best. But nobody thought we would be 11-4, and that's all from the MVP numbers of Luka Doncic, the overall all-around play of Austin Reeves, and the surrounding cast that we've had around them. DeAndre Ayton, has done a tremendous job for this Lakers team so far. And so kudos for the Lakers, for everyone to, pick up the pace, pick up where people have left off. There's been injuries, but they sit 4th in the Western Conference. And you know what? With LeBron James coming back, this team has a lot to look forward to. Obviously, there's still a lot of holes in this team, defensively and offensively as well. But you got to take the good for what it is. 11-4 is, pretty damn good considering all the injuries we've had, and I like where we're at. There's nothing better than coming home from a long day of work, turning on the game, and having a cold beverage in hand. Just sometimes a beer doesn't cut it. And that's why I'm introducing to you today Cannabis Seltzer from shop.getgoodsfeel.com. It's a redefining refreshment with its innovative range of THC-infused beverages. Founded to offer a new era of relaxation, Good Feels crafts drinks that provide a consistent, clean, and enjoyable experience. Each product is meticulously formulated with high-quality, natural ingredients, ensuring an uplifting mood, without the drawbacks of traditional THC consumption. Good Feels believes in the power of nature and wellness, delivering beverages that harmonize taste and tranquility. These drinks are designed for those seeking a balanced lifestyle, blending seamlessly into social gatherings, relaxing evenings, or any moment that calls for a touch of calm. Their commitment to transparency and quality is evident in every sip, making them a trustworthy choice for those looking to explore the benefits of THC as a great tasting cannabis seltzer. Don't call me Santa Claus, but today I'm offering my listeners 20% off at checkout when you go to shop.getgoodfeels.com. Use our promo code LACEEMUP at checkout, and you can enjoy exclusive savings when you try these delicious flavors as blood orange, pineapple mango, grapefruit, or even the beverage enhancers such as lemonade and much more. Heck, even get the bundle while you're at it too. These drinks are the perfect combination for watching your LA teams. Go to shop.getgoodfeels.com. You have to be 21 plus only to buy. And remember, use our promo code at checkout. That's LACEEMUP. That's Lace 'em Up. And ease your mind with cannabis seltzer beverages. That's Cannabis Seltzer from shop.getgoodfeels.com. Alright, switching on things over to pro football in the NFL. We're breaking down Sunday's dramatic NFC West showdown played at SoFi Stadium. The Rams entered 8-1, and the Seahawks were at 7-2. Both hot, both hungry. But what a nail-biter it was between these division rivals. From the start, the Rams struck in the first quarter. Key moment, safety Cam Kinchens intercepted Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold, setting up a short yardage touchdown. The Rams running back Kyron Williams capped that drive with a 1-yard plunge in the end zone. Then the Rams got another boost from quarterback Matthew Stafford as he hit veteran receiver Davante Adams for a touchdown, which also marked the 1,000th reception of Adams' career. What an incredible career it has been for Davante Adams as a Green Bay Packer, as a Las Vegas Raider, and now as an LA Ram. He's played with, Aaron Rodgers. Now he's playing with Matthew Stafford. This guy has had great quarterbacks, but a true testament to himself, Davante Adams. Congratulations from all of us here at Lace 'em Up Sports. But yeah, at halftime, the Rams were up 14-9. But then in the second half, the Rams offense completely just did nothing, really. I mean, got to give credit to the Seahawks defense, and Seattle mounted pressure. They couldn't get into the end zone until late. Meanwhile, the Rams defense kept the Seahawks from finding the end zone for most of the game. Then in the fourth, the Rams struck again. The same, thief in the night. Cam Kinchins intercepted Darnold late in the third, and LA turned that into a touchdown from Stafford to tight end Colby Parkinson that made it 21-12 Rams. But the Seahawks were not done. With time winding down, they got a late score. Running back Kenneth Walker III powered in a 1-yard touchdown to pull Seattle within 2. And that set the stage for everyone almost shitting their pants by just the skin of their teeth as they came up short wide right on a last-second almost game-winning field goal. But it went far, far away, wide right, and the Rams held on for a win 21-19. And yeah, the Rams did enough to win that game. Let's look at some of the stats here. Matthew Stafford, he went 15-28 with 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyron Williams had 12 carries, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. Puka Nacua, 2 carries, 18 yards rushing. Also, Puka Nacua, 7 receptions, 75 yards in catching, and he had no touchdowns. But everyone seemingly did their job well enough to win the game, and they held on for that victory. But with the victory, the Rams now sit at number 1 in the NFC West at 8-2. And you know what? I think they're going to start to carry themselves away here from the pack. The Seahawks are 7-3, the 49ers are 7-4, and the Cardinals are 3-7. This is a huge win for the Rams. Now they can continue to have momentum. I believe they've won 5 games in a row, and they can just continue this momentum heading into the second half of the regular season. But congratulations. Congratulations are in order for punter Ethan Evans of the Rams, as Evans on Wednesday was named NFC Special Teams Player of the Week for Week 11, averaging 42.2 yards per punt across 6 punts against Seattle last Sunday with a long of 52 in that game. A very crucial punt late in the fourth quarter. Ethan Evans nailed the punt to get it to that 1-yard line, and just that, getting it from that amount was huge for the Rams. Huge in every single way, and congratulations. He has definitely earned that spot, Ethan Evans, especially in the season where special teams has not been very friendly for the Rams. So Ethan Evans, you're continuing to do well for the Rams and continue to put it on. But this Sunday at the Rams house in SoFi Stadium will be a very, very special night for Rams fans that are in attendance and Rams fans all over LA, as the Rams will welcome back the legend himself, Aaron Donald, as the Rams will be celebrating Donald's legacy throughout their Sunday night football matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on November 23rd, as they're going to be giving away bobbleheads to everyone in attendance that night. But it's going to be Aaron Donald appreciation night. I believe they're going to be retiring his jersey as well, and it's going to be a very, very special night honoring the legend himself. Obviously, we wish Aaron Donald was still in uniform for the Rams. The Rams have a tremendous opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, win it, and we wish Aaron Donald was still a part of it. He's chosen not to enjoy his retirement, and deservingly so. The man put in 10 Hall of Fame years with the Rams, and this is our appreciation to the greatest to ever do it, as they're marketing him. And Aaron Donald, he will be appreciated next Sunday as we play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And last but not least, some quick injury notes for the Rams heading into their game against the Buccaneers. Devontae Adams, he has a strained oblique. He's listed as questionable as long as he just continue his progress just to heal from that. And Kobe Turner as well, his back, he's listed as questionable, said head coach Sean McVay. He expects both players to play Sunday, and it's going to be interesting to see how much they can progress going forward as well. All right, last but not least, switching things back to baseball, we're going to talk Shohei Ohtani winning his 4th MVP of his illustrious Hall of Fame career. Shohei Ohtani, I mean, what can you say? His 4th MVP, he did it twice as an LA Angel and now twice as a Los Angeles Dodger. The guy is just sensational. You can't put it any other way but just sensational. There's been nobody in the game of baseball to come even close to what Shohei Ohtani is doing, not just in a Dodger uniform, but what he was doing in an Angels uniform, but also on his national stage in Japan. He's a second coming of Babe Ruth, and honestly, Babe Ruth played in the old era. Who knows? I mean, maybe this is just me being a modern day guy and not knowing what baseball was like 100 years ago, but you can say Shohei Ohtani is better. The amount of pitching, how pitching has changed over the years, I would just say the fatigue level of what a pitcher goes through year in and year out. The guy, and also Shohei has already had surgery on his elbow. Goes to show the type of player Shohei Ohtani is. But to continue to throw at an elite level, and let alone be the all-time hitter that he is just incredible to watch. Has earned every second of his contract that the Dodgers has given him. Obviously, the contract is going to be paid off the later half of his career with the Dodgers, but they have done such a great job at fulfilling this team, at putting pieces around him to make this a championship level team. And we have already won 2 World Series his first 2 years as a Dodger, and you can say whatever you want about the contract the Dodgers has given him, but with 2 World Series rings, it's already paid off. It's already paid off. The marketing that he brings with the Dodgers, it's already paid off. I mean, his value is, you can't put a number on it. You cannot put a number on Shohei Ohtani's number. He's the highest paid player in the MLB for a reason, and his numbers could be higher as well. So congratulations to Shohei Ohtani, deservingly so, the NL MVP, the 4th MVP of his illustrious career, and already a 2-time World Series champion. All right, guys. That's going to do it for today's podcast. We talked a lot about the Lakers. We got into our Rams report. Congratulations to Shohei Ohtani. And I just want to say thank you to you guys for your continued support. Just in everything that we have done, everything I talked about at the beginning of the podcast. Just continue to support us in every which way possible. Continue to subscribe. Continue to like our Instagram, our social medias, and continue just to show your unwavering support. I can't thank you guys enough, and we'll see you guys next time.